What's going on, Legionnaires? Welcome to another episode of The Bad Pod, where we talk all things Bad Batch on the Disney Plus.
This is the bad pod. This is a bad
This is a bad
pod.
Well, no, the pod's good. The episode is bad.
Yeah, you're right. The pod,
is
good.
good.
The episode is bad.
Dare I say the pod is great?
The pod is bad in the terms of Michael Jackson bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
this episode
Is
is bad in the terms of garbage.
Oh, I like that. Yeah,
There
it's
you go.
true. Yeah,
There you
we
go.
ended. So we got the season finale, Kamino Lost. This
Yep.
is the 16th episode of The Bad Batch. Season 1 ends the season.
Utterly disappointed.
Man, we were ready because they did a great job in 15. Episode
Yep.
15,
Set
Return to
up.
Kamino was great.
Yeah, it was great. Episode 15, here's what I'm going to say right off the bat. This
Do
is my summation. It's very simple.
Yeah.
Episode 15 should have been the season finale.
Yes, 100%.
This should have been a season.
Should've
Now
ended
that
there.
they know that they knew there was going to be a second season.
Right.
Now that they knew that, okay, they should have just ended the season on that cliffhanger.
Yes.
At the end of season 15.
Yes.
Season 15. At the end of episode 15.
Yes.
And this episode would have been a quality
Yeah, start of the
first
season.
episode
Yeah.
of the second season.
Agreed.
I would have been
Agreed.
I would have been ecstatic.
Yeah, it
I
was
would have
great.
been incredibly happy
Yeah.
because we were really excited about what we got.
Yeah.
But I actually don't even think I thought it all the way through.
Yeah.
How escaping from a submerged city with just the Bad Batch and Omega
Yeah.
and Crosshair,
Yeah.
it was gonna it couldn't have been good. Like
Not,
they actually set it up where
Not
they
for a
weren't
finale.
battling anybody.
yeah, not for a finale.
I will
Not
say
for a finale.
it had me on the edge of my seat,
Yeah.
but in a way that I was just anxious, not in a way that I was actually concerned they were going to die. Because
Right,
let me explain something.
Yeah.
We knew season 2 was coming out,
Right.
so we knew that
So
they weren't
the
going to die.
majority of them are going to live.
Majority of them are going to live.
Yeah. This
Okay.
isn't a James Gunn film.
Nope, he's not killing everybody off. The second thing, though,
Yeah.
we know if we didn't know that, let's even set aside if we didn't know season 2 was coming.
Right.
We know they're not going to kill the Bad Batch by them just drowning underwater.
Yeah, that'd be the lamest
It'd
way
be
to
the
go.
worst,
The lamest way.
absolute worst way to kill the Bad Batch.
Yeah.
Like, so they weren't going to do that.
No.
I
They
don't
didn't even kill the droid.
know.
The droid lived.
The droid lived.
Why?
Everyone lived.
Why?
I'm sorry, but someone should have died.
Yeah, well,
I actually now had heartstrings for this robot, for this droid.
Yeah,
I
sure.
liked him.
Yeah, he's great.
He did a lot
Yeah.
to build up, and they needed to let him die.
Yeah.
They didn't let anybody die.
No.
This is classic Disney, Marvel, now Disney, Star Wars. Everyone lives. I hate it. I hate it. No, because it's not reality,
Yeah.
and they
well,
don't
there's
do
no-
anything to play
There's no gravity.
on your heartstrings.
There's no gravity.
There's no gravity to this
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
It was so disappointing.
Yeah. I agree. You know what? You say that this should have been the first episode of season 2. I'll do you one
Yes.
better.
Yes.
It should have been the first episode of season 2 should have been another 90-minuter or
Yeah.
or even like 50-minuter, and this should have been the first part, and
Yeah.
then the second half. You know, even like I would have even
I
taken.
agree with you 100%.
I would even take it in like, cause I'm pretty sure. I bet that season 2 will pick up like 5 months later, or like, you know what I mean? Like later on.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I'm even okay with
Probably.
them leaving, Kamino and leaving Crosshair there, and
Yep.
then it fading to
Yep.
black and being like months later, and
Right.
then jumping into the rest of it.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been.
Great idea.
That's great. So
Great idea.
take whatever the second season first episode is going to be, and just sandwich it with this episode, and make it a longer episode, and
Yep.
and let us have that. Because here's the deal: when you do a part 1, part 2
Yes.
in a season finale,
Yes.
part 2
I already know what you're going to say.
should always be the crescendo.
It should always be
the
better than
end.
part 1.
Yeah, it should.
Yep.
You're ramping
I'm
up,
with you 100%.
and they did a great job, right?
Yes.
They bring Bad
Yes.
Batch to Kamino. They have the confrontation with Crosshair.
Yes.
Crosshair lets us know a whole bunch of info we didn't know.
Yeah.
We hear hintings of like who Omega is, what Omega is, all that jazz, right? And then it builds to the Empire firing on Kamino, and it's like, oh man, this is perfect. Because then what happens is a season finale part 2 is that like normally there's like a rising action, the climax, then like the descending action right in the story.
Yeah.
Normally in like something like this is a part 1 and part 2 is the rising action is all part 1, and then part 2, like 70% of it is the climax, and then it like the drop off is the ending of the season.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what they should have done, but instead it started pretty good.
It did.
You know, they're
I
running
will say that.
and they get trapped, and Omega is forced into a room with Crosshair and her robot buddy, and like they're gonna drown, and it's like there was actually some tension there. It started great.
It was really good. She had to, and she desired to save Crosshair.
Right.
Like,
which is
it
great.
was amazing.
Yeah,
she
she's
was
his
sacrificing
brother, or
herself.
He's her brother.
He's her brother.
Yeah.
She's his sister.
Yeah.
That was the string. That was the thread of this episode.
Right.
That's what
great.
she was trying to show him throughout the whole episode. The only new information, though, this is a season finale.
Yeah, nothing new,
and
really.
One thing is new, which it could turn out to be something bigger.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
We now know Omega is actually older.
Yeah, older than that.
Than the Bad Batch.
She created
helped
first.
create them.
That's cool. That's
like
cool.
I think it's a really cool dynamic.
She's their older sister.
She's technically their older sister.
Yeah, but she's
I
like
actually love that.
15
I think
or
it's
12
great.
or whatever. And, and they're like 30.
Well, I mean, like, relatively.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. Accelerated growth, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think that's really interesting, especially in the dynamic between Hunter, Crosshair, and Omega.
Yes.
He's like, so she's now calling the shots?
Right.
Well, actually, she's our older sister, so put some respect on her name. Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about
RESPECT.
Let's talk about some of the good things. So that's one of the good things that we got to see that, like in this episode. There's a few.
There's a few good things.
Good things.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest good things are Omega saving.
Right, saving Crosshair and then that information about her being older.
And
so
then vice versa.
Right, and then Crosshair saving
her and the droid.
Right.
Except I could have done without him saving the droid.
Yeah, and we'll get to that in a minute, because there's a few ways I would have rather had that happen.
Oh, yeah.
So that
multiple ways I would have rather had
so that was
happen.
good. And then we see the Bad Batch leave Kamino.
Right.
Right, and they leave Crosshair on the planet because Crosshair wants to go back to the Empire.
Right.
Which is weird. But, I mean, we'll see how that pans out.
I mean,
that's a weird thing.
Here's something I want to ask you.
Yeah.
And I think this is a really good question.
Yeah.
Because I haven't watched all the way through Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And this is great. This actually works out really well because I can actually genuinely ask you this question because you have watched all the way through Clone
we'll
Wars.
see if I remember it.
And out of an actual interest, in anywhere in their previous storyline, the Bad Batch, their storyline in the Clone Wars, was there ever any inclination that Crosshair would go down a path like he is going down now?
I mean, he was always the coldest of the brothers.
Sure.
Like,
okay.
So I like to think of him as like the Raphael from the Turtles, right?
Yeah.
So like he was always the coldest, but no, not necessarily. Like I wouldn't say like, oh man, he's gonna follow the Emperor,
right?
You know, like they followed orders because that's what all soldiers did, right? And that's what all the clones did, and that was their thing. But there was never like he's definitely evil.
Did he ever question Hunter the way that he questioned him
early
on
like
in this season?
No, not really.
No.
And
that's where I'm trying. Like I like that Crosshair. I like the dynamic.
Yeah.
So I'm
great.
not trying to question the dynamic.
Just wondering if there was history to it.
But I'm wondering if there's more of a history to it, and I'm also wondering, like, why Crosshair would make this decision the way that he is making it.
Yeah.
Because hear me out.
Yeah.
Like,
you mean staying with the Empire?
Staying with the Empire. Even I understand. I actually understand and can relate to why Crosshair stayed with the Empire in the first place.
The first time, yes.
The first time.
100%.
Hear me out. He had the inhibitor chip.
Yep.
They cranked that thing to 1,000.
Yep.
Right? This speaker goes to 11.
It does.
All right? That's what they did. So, after the explosion, we're assuming he has his inhibitor chip removed.
Right.
That's the break.
When he got the side of his head melted.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
Makes sense.
So there's a couple of factors there that we haven't talked about. One, did that have permanent damage in terms of the inhibitor chip being cranked beyond what they said were recommended or safe thresholds?
Right. So
they even
will
said
the side
that.
effects last even after the chip's removed?
Right.
Okay.
So
that's
there's
good.
number
I
one.
like that.
So there's a question there.
Okay.
Number two, though, was there anything prior to that would have like made you believe he would be loyal to the Empire and like the philosophy of the Empire versus being loyal to his brothers who he was in war with?
Yeah.
You know, like if
nothing
there's
more.
nothing there,
I don't think
I'm
anything
building
more
a case.
than Hunter.
I'm building a case here. You see what I'm doing?
I like it.
So
Yeah.
what I'm
Very
saying
lawyer-like.
is, So what I'm saying is, if that isn't the case, if the inhibitor chip didn't have long-lasting effects,
right,
and it's removed,
yeah,
and he didn't have any inclination as to why he would stay with the Empire beyond having the inhibitor chip,
sure,
for the philosophy or being against his brothers for any reason,
yeah.
Why is he now, after redeeming himself, his brothers coming back for him, supporting him,
still
a sister? Why is he picking the Empire still? Over going with them.
Yeah.
Because we have to remember, Wrecker had a really important moment, my man, when he turned to Crosshair and confronted him.
Yeah.
And was like, you never reached out. You never even tried. We would have still taken you back.
Right. Yeah.
I don't.
There's got to be some residual effects. I think there's got to be some residual.
I don't think there is,
or maybe some brain damage from the frying of his head.
I think this is. I'm gonna say
just
it.
him.
I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
I think this is sloppy writing.
Ooh.
And here's what I'm gonna say.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
I would normally not speak ill will against Dave Filoni in any way.
Yes, I know.
Except here's the reality.
Here's
what I'm going to say. Dave Filoni, part of the way through this season, he got the rights. He got
more
promoted
responsibility.
And more responsibility over all of the Star Wars work with Disney. I believe that he took a step back from Bad Batch.
Maybe. Yeah.
And I don't think he's as involved as he once was.
Yeah.
I think this was sloppy writing.
Yeah, it would be interesting to look back and see if he did step back, what that timeline was like.
Because my point
in
with
making
this
yeah,
is something doesn't line up the way that it should. And not because we're going to get like this big reveal later on.
Ooh, maybe.
No. It's literally just that I don't think they thought this storyline all the way through.
Yeah, maybe not.
And backwards planned for it.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. Yeah, we've talked about like maybe Crosshair will go back to the Empire and then they'll try and kill him and he'll escape.
There's
no. I don't know, man.
Crosshair should be.
Yeah.
Just going along with what has been seen, what has been done. Crosshair has failed the Empire on a couple of different occasions.
Sure. Yeah.
The Vice Admiral does Rampart.
Yeah, he doesn't care about him.
Doesn't like clones in the first place.
Yeah.
Not a big fan, and he actually isn't seeing much need for them anymore.
No, he even said if Crosshair's plan does, cause he knew about Crosshair's plan.
Right.
Because he said when they left, if it works, then we'll have what we have. If it doesn't work, whatever.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
My point is, when he gets picked up, he should just be killed.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Like, if the Empire operates the way the Empire should, Crosshair should just be killed. So him going back to the Empire and saying he wants to be a part of it, there's actually no place for him there.
Right, yeah, I don't
And
think
that's what Hunter's
they'll
trying
keep
to
him.
say to him.
Yeah.
That's what Hunter's trying to explain. You won't ever be anything more than a number to them.
Yeah.
And so Crosshair, if they play the storyline outright, if they make the Empire who they are, they should just kill him.
Well, yeah, so maybe Bad Batch keeps track of him, and when the Empire comes to get him, they're, like, waiting to kind of help.
No.
And they save him?
Nope.
I don't know.
I believe.
I'm trying to think of ways, because unfortunately, I agree with you.
You're trying to fix a situation
I agree with you.
that is broken.
I agree with you about the Empire.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think, but I unfortunately don't think Disney will do that. So I was trying to
That's
think of
my
a
point.
way. Yeah, I know.
That's my point. Is Disney's not going to do that?
Well, that's why I'm trying to think of a way.
Crosshair's going to be a larger
How would they
storyline
explain it?
for
How
longer.
would they explain it? So maybe what happens is his time of isolation on Kamino as he waits makes him realize he was wrong, and he kind of becomes a rogue agent, and leaves Kamino on his own and becomes a rogue agent, and then maybe gets tangled up with Fennec.
I see. I
who
hear
knows?
what you're saying there.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. However, he made it clear.
Yeah, he's going back.
He is going to be a part of what they are doing.
Well, but maybe he's a part of what they're doing as a rogue agent.
No.
Maybe he becomes a bounty hunter hired out by the Empire, because they do hire out bounty hunters.
Greg, you're really trying hard
I
to
know,
fix this.
I'm trying.
But hear me out.
I love Star Wars.
I know, but hear me out.
Yeah.
The way that they're gonna mess this up. He's just gonna go back and be a part of the Empire.
They're gonna welcome him back.
They're gonna welcome him back, and they shouldn't. Like, nothing makes sense for them to welcome him back.
It'd be cool.
Nothing.
It'd be cool.
What?
And they won't do this, but it'd be cool if they welcome him back. Right? They welcome him back, and they send him on like a suicide mission, and the rest of his troop just pulls back and lets him die.
That'd be
that'd be
interesting.
cool. Like,
that would be
and they just like they make it known to him that he's like worthless to the Empire,
right?
And they just let him die, and then he survives that. They think he's dead, and he just he comes back like a half robot or something, with like robot arms and legs, and
I actually wasn't
like
thinking
robot wings.
Just let him die.
Can he get robot wings?
Hear me out.
He get laser eyes put into his face.
Better story.
I'm tired here, man. Laser eyes.
Better story. Laser eyes. Terrible
Better story.
idea.
All
Better
right, let me
idea.
hear it.
I like what you're saying here.
Yes.
They welcome him back.
Yeah.
False perception.
Yeah.
Send him out.
Yeah.
Team pulls back.
Yeah.
Let him die.
Yes.
Okay. I think what would be really good is that Bad Batch discovers it, and Hunter, with his tracking ability, recognizes what happened.
Oh,
that they set him up for failure.
I have a better one.
Okay, so
I have a better one.
Yeah.
They're definitely not going to do this, though.
Yeah.
They get him. They bring him out on a mission.
Mm-hmm.
They don't tell him the mission. Like, they give him false information.
Yeah.
And the mission is actually versus the Bad Batch, and the Bad Batch don't know it's him, and they kill him. And then it's the Bad Batch who kills Crosshair as everybody else backs up. Oh! That they're never going to do that.
They're not going to do that.
No, but it'd be cool because it would be
It
would be really sad. It's like, then they
really
killed the brother. He
gonna...
was killed by his family. His own brothers killed him.
I hear you.
Yeah, it's never.
But I actually also don't think they would send I think it'd be really hard to trick the Bad Batch into killing Crosshair.
And Crosshair.
Right.
To not know
Both
it's the
of
Bad
them?
Batch.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't think so.
That was
not even. I get what you're saying, but I think that's a step too far.
But robot wings and laser eyes.
Still all within
robot
reason.
Wings.
All within reason.
Laser eyes. All right. So also the Kaminoan cloner at the end of the end of the episode.
Before that, let me pause for 1 second. One of the other things that's really, really, really disappointing about this for everybody. This is disappointing for everyone.
All peoples.
The Battle of Kamino now can never happen.
Yeah, they wiped that legend away.
That wedge.
The
Wait.
Hey, Wedge.
Wedge
from Star Wars.
Yep.
Tying it back, related
Getting
to
there.
Ewan McGregor.
You got it.
He played Obi-Wan.
Sure.
Obi-Wan, Battle of Kamino.
Yep.
Knew about it in Legends.
Sure.
Now is never going to know about it because Legends doesn't exist.
Right. And in that moment, Kevin Bacon fights the Empire and wins
in a dance-off?
In a dance-off.
Yes.
That's our 6th degree of separation.
Wonderful.
To Kevin Bacon.
Can Kevin Bacon be in Book of Boba Fett?
Sure.
Thank you.
My point here, though.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Battle of Kamino's gone.
It's gone.
Like, it actually
never gonna
will
have
never be canon.
That stinks, man.
That's so stupid.
They had that was like
why would you ever
tee up there?
You wasted it. You literally had the thing.
Yeah, right there.
Right there.
Right there.
And they didn't do it.
Yeah, that was like
they just instead of doing this epic battle.
Yeah.
Let's just shoot and destroy
Let's try and drown the
entire city. Let's just blow it up.
That's like trying to do a cannonball in an Olympic-sized pool and breaking your tailbone on the concrete.
It
Like,
was.
what's going on?
What are you doing?
How did you miss that pole? It's huge.
Yeah.
It's in meters, not
Yeah.
even yards.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
That made no sense.
No sense whatsoever.
It's just not there.
Yeah. And it's disappointing because we're never.
And we'll never get it.
It'll
never exist.
I guess we just have to go play the video game again.
Yeah.
Well,
But sorry.
all right. So
we got the cloner at the
You
end.
get the cloner at the end.
So cloning, we know it's been this thing in the background of like all of these different storylines.
Yeah.
Mandalorian, it started taking more of a forefront.
Yeah.
Episode
That they don't exist.
right.
Those
The
sequel
episodes,
fan films.
Yeah,
that
the
nobody
sequel
likes.
fan films that nobody likes, where it was present throughout that.
Yeah, it was.
Like, I now need to get a better understanding of where they're really trying to go with cloning, because
Yeah,
it just
me
seems
too.
like this creepy thing in the background.
Yeah.
But they actually aren't doing anything with it. It almost seems they're working like so hard across all these shows to fix the terribleness that was in 7, 8, and 9
Yeah. Well, I'm okay
around
with that,
cloning.
though. I'm okay.
No, because it was a bad move.
Well, no.
Just name it as a bad move and don't ruin other shows with
Well,
it.
no. What they're gonna do is they're gonna like go through all this cloning mess, right?
Yeah.
And then eventually they're just gonna come up to Sidious and be like, "It doesn't really work."
Yeah.
And he's gonna be like, "Okay, I guess I'll do something different. Change the timeline.
Maybe
right?
go
Force
into the
veil.
force veil.
Change it
I
because
like it.
hey, he gets told and he actually listens that cloning stinks. It's
Yeah,
not
it
gonna
doesn't
work.
Not a good idea.
It's not a good idea. It's not a good storytelling tactic.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm interested about what they'll do, and
Yeah.
because they highlight it, you made it like a big point
Yeah.
here at the end.
Yeah.
Like if you pulled away from the normal storyline to show us this,
Yeah.
and also can we name something real quick?
Let's do it.
The armor of the stormtroopers
Yeah.
is so much cooler right now.
Yeah.
They've got glowing visors.
Yeah. And like the bigger shoulder pads. and
shoulder
stuff.
pads.
Yeah, man.
They look like linebackers.
Yeah.
Where is this coming from?
Well, you know what? Here's what happened.
This goes to my previous point of
the breakaway armor that lets them.
the arm. No. Of that, the Empire
Yeah.
gets weak in
Yeah.
their success.
Yeah, I was just about to say. Yeah, when the monopoly happens, you just think about it like this: when I forget who it was, some chef on Food Network.
Yeah.
It might have been Alton Brown. I think it was Alton Brown.
Oh, you're digging in here. I have no idea who that is. I've got like Gordon
Good Eats.
Ramsay
You got to
in
watch
there.
Good
That
Eats.
it.
Alton Brown's from a while ago.
Guy
He's
Fieri.
fantastic. Anyway,
Yeah.
Alton Brown, I believe it was him.
Okay.
He said whenever a state or a city or a town becomes known for something, like
Yeah.
a specific kind of food, stop going there for it.
Okay.
Because that draws the tourists and they become lazy about making the food because tourists will eat anything.
Yeah.
So, like, the same with the Empire, right? They got big, they got powerful, and they started slacking on their quality.
Maybe.
I think that's what it is.
I think you're right. I
Yeah.
think you're right, which actually is a really good piece that goes then into, 4, 5, and 6. That
Yes.
actually gives us some really good context.
Yeah. All right, and we're going to get, hopefully, more good context in Season 2 of The Bad Batch.
Hopefully.
With hopefully better writing.
Now I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be the pessimistic one. When we watch Season 2, I'm no longer going in with bright eyes, bushy tail.
You, the pessimistic
No,
one?
but I mean, like, you and I went into
Yeah,
this,
we were
and
both
we were like,
super
Dave
pumped
Filoni
for it.
can't do any wrong.
Yep, super pumped.
That's gone now for me.
Yeah,
I'm going to
it's-
tell you right now, I'm going to approach this.
It's knocked down for me.
I'm going to approach this
Yeah.
like I do all things then. Negative, furious, and assuming it's going to be terrible.
Well, good. Then our ratings will probably go up for that because people love that.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, well, here's to another season of The Bad Batch, and hopefully it won't be so bad.
Thanks for listening to the Legion of Comic Correction. Don't forget to check out our other episodes streaming everywhere you listen to podcasts. We're also on the major social platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Just search Legion of Comic Correction.
That's right, and make sure to check out our Patreon for exclusive supporter specials at patreon.com/Legion of CC. New episodes come out every Monday.
And Wednesdays!
No, just Mondays.
And Wednesdays?
I don't think we can do Wednesdays.
We can do Wednesdays.
All right, Mondays and Wednesdays. We'll see you guys next week. Same time, same place, same Legion.